Welcome to the fifth video in the CAD module. In this video we'll be taking a look at the move, copy, and rotate commands. Now sometimes in a drawing you'll need to move something from one side to the other side. In order to do so we'll use the move command. Before we do that though, there is another way to adjust the way that you're viewing the drawing space. In the last video I mentioned how the roller wheel on your mouse can be used to zoom in and out on a drawing. It can also be used as a button. So right now, press down on the button and you'll see that your cursor is changed into a little hand. When you drag from one side to the other, you'll notice that the drawing is panned from one side or the other. So take the drawing and put it in the bottom right hand corner. Then zoom out. You'll notice that I've got a larger view now, and I've got some space to move things around and to copy them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a circle so that we can move it around. I'm going to click and create a small circle, and it does not matter the size, and we are going to move it into our existing drawing. So I'm going to go up and click the move command. Now when you click the move, copy, or rotate commands, they all have a very similar setup. You'll have a select arrow, and then you'll have a base point arrow. So I see the select arrow is now highlighted, and I can go into the drawing space and I see my white arrow cursor has a plus sign. That means that I can drag and select the shape that I would like to move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and drag until the circle is highlighted blue. Then I'm going to go back into my move box and select the red base point arrow. And what a base point is a starting point for the move. So I'm going to click the center of the circle, and I can now move the circle to different spots. I'm going to move it so it is snapped to the center of my circle in the existing drawing. Now it is part of the drawing. When I'm done, I click Done. Now for the copy command, it is very similar. I'm going to click the copy command, and you'll see you have the select arrow and the base point arrow again. So when I have my white plus sign in the cursor, I'm going to click and drag the entire drawing. You'll see that everything is highlighted, and so when I go back up into the copy box, I'm going to press the red arrow, which establishes a base point. The base point that I'm going to use for this drawing, and I'd like you to follow along, is the bottom left hand corner. When I click once and I drag directly up, you'll notice that I have an exact copy of my drawing being created. Anywhere that I click now, I will have another copy. So if I click once, I will have a copy there, and I can drag and move to have another copy made anywhere else in the drawing space. I only want one copy at this time, so when I am done, I'm going to go up to the copy box and press Done. Now I've got two shapes here. I'd like to rotate the upper one 90 degrees. In order to do so, I'm going to click the rotate command. Now the rotate command is very handy because then you can establish different angles that you can move things and rotate things to. So again, we have the select arrow, and now instead of a base point we have a center point. I'm going to select and highlight the entire shape that I've just created, and I'm going to click on the red arrow in the center point select, and what this does is it creates a rotational point around which the new shape is going to be rotated. So I'm going to click once, and you're going to get a warning saying the geometry being edited is constrained to other geometry. Would you like those constraints removed? And what they're saying is that it's linked to some other part of the drawing, and I would like those removed because I'm like new constraints to be made. So I'm going to click yes, and you're going to see that there's a new copy being made, and I can rotate it around that initial point. And so I'm going to select 90 degrees and then click. Now I have a part copied at 90 degrees from the original part. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, please contact your instructor.